To all those who chase the mirage of perfection, who endlessly strive for a flawless existence, and who believe that happiness is locked behind the door of unblemished success, this one's for you. You've been told that only perfection will suffice, that unless everything aligns perfectly, every detail is immaculate, and every goal is met flawlessly, you're destined to fail, that the pursuit of perfection will guarantee your happiness, success, and... But let's face the harsh truth. Perfectionism is not your ally. It's a thief in disguise, robbing you of your happiness and your self-worth. Perfectionism is a relentless taskmaster that doesn't offer. It's a constant nagging voice that tells you, you can do better. You must do better. It leads you to believe that your value is directly proportional to the smoothness of your performance and to the absence of mistakes. But let me tell you something profound. Happiness and perfection are not intertwined. They are fundamentally opposed. Think about it. Perfectionism demands that you reach unattainable standards, setting you up for inevitable disappointment. When you're always striving for a flawless outcome, you're perpetually on a treadmill that never stops. The finish line keeps moving further away, and with every step, you're not moving closer to happiness, but further from it. The more you chase perfection, the more you're stuck in a cycle of frustration and dissatisfaction. Let's consider a few examples. There's the student who spends endless hours perfecting every assignment, only to feel disheartened because the work is never good enough. Or the professional who obsesses over every detail of a project, paralyzing themselves with the fear of making a mistake. They believe that once they achieve perfection, happiness will follow. But in reality, they're trapped in a loop of anxiety and self-criticism, never truly savoring their successes. Perfectionism doesn't just affect your work, it seeps into your personal life too. You might feel that your relationships must be flawless, your appearance immaculate, and your lifestyle without fault. You compare yourself to idealized images on social media, seeing only the highlights of others' lives and feeling inadequate. This comparison is a cruel illusion, built on the misconception that everyone else's lives are perfect. But guess what? Behind those glossy images are the same insecurities, struggles, and imperfections you have. The truth is, perfectionism is rooted in fear. It's the fear of failure, the fear of judgment, and the fear of not being enough. You believe that if you can just achieve perfection, you will eliminate these fears. But perfectionism does not conquer fear. It magnifies it. It makes you constantly second-guess yourself, doubting your decisions and fearing every misstep. You become your own harshest critic, never allowing yourself to appreciate your efforts and achievements. Perfectionism also destroys your ability to enjoy the journey. When you're obsessed with reaching an ideal state, you miss out on the joy of the process. You're so focused on the end result that you forget to enjoy the present moment. Life becomes a series of tasks to be completed, milestones to be achieved, and obstacles to be overcome. Happiness isn't found at the end of this exhaustive race. It's found in the moments between, in the experiences you're too preoccupied to appreciate. Let's be clear, striving for excellence is not the same as striving for perfection. Excellence is about doing your best and continuously improving, while perfectionism is an impossible standard that only leads to stress and dissatisfaction. Excellence allows room for mistakes and growth, while perfectionism leaves no room for error and leaves you feeling like a failure with every misstep. So, how do you break free from the chains of perfectionism? It starts with accepting that imperfection is not only inevitable, but also valuable. Embrace the reality that mistakes are part of the learning process. They are not failures, but stepping stones to growth and improvement. When you allow yourself to be imperfect, you open the door to genuine experiences and authentic connection. Start by setting realistic goals and celebrating progress, not perfection. Acknowledge your efforts, no matter how small they may seem. Understand that perfection is a myth, and it's the journey, the effort, and the passion that matter most. Learn to appreciate the beauty in imperfection, in the quirks and flaws that make life rich and meaningful. Moreover, practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to a friend. Recognize that you are not defined by your achievements or your failures, but by your ability to rise above them. Give yourself permission to be human, to make mistakes, and to grow from them. It's also essential to challenge your inner critic. When you catch yourself falling into the perfectionist trap, ask yourself whether your expectations are realistic. Question whether the pursuit of perfection is serving your well-being or merely fueling your anxiety. Remember, your worth is not contingent on perfection. It is inherent in your humanity. Perfectionism may be a pervasive force, but it does not have to dictate your happiness. By acknowledging its impact, challenging its demands, and embracing your imperfections, you can reclaim your joy and your peace. You don't need to be perfect to be happy. You need to be real, to be kind to yourself, and to embrace the messy, beautiful journey of life. So to all the perfectionists out there, stop chasing the illusion of flawlessness. Happiness isn't hidden behind a perfect facade. It's found in the acceptance of who you are, in the appreciation of your journey, and in the freedom to be imperfectly you. Let go of the unattainable standards and embrace the imperfect, yet wonderfully fulfilling reality of your life. The key to true happiness lies not in perfection, but in the acceptance of your own beautifully flawed self.